year of America's favorite roses. They're called knockout roses. You know when somebody really good looking walks by and they go, wow, he's a knockout, she's a knockout? That's what these roses are gonna be. This is called the Big Bang. You're gonna get two red and a yellow. The yellow is the only fragrant color. Or you can get Passion Punch. Passion Punch is gonna give you the pink roses with the orange glow. So again, this set of three is Passion Punch. The red and yellow is called Big Bang. I say get a set of each because then you can mix the yellow with the orange. You've got two pink, you've got two red. How wonderful. But here's the fun story about this. If you've never grown roses or you have and they were a pain, no more.
No more. What knockouts did was solve the biggest problem in gardening history, and I believe that that's confidence. It is not, you know, do you have the right soil? Do you have the right sun? It is, do you believe that you can do it? And just try.
Yeah.
And once people tried the knockout, they were successful. And that's so much peace of mind.
It is.
Especially if you've never gardened before or you've never bought plants on TV before.
Yeah.
Having the peace of mind that you know the plant you are buying is the rose that revolutionized the rose industry.
Yeah. Tell me about your mom.
Yeah.
And how she had a hand in
So
this.
25 years ago, this plant was named razzleberry, and they came to my mom, who is one of the most creative people that I know, and she came up and a team came up with the name Knockout because of exactly what you just said. They were like, what did you describe? The most beautiful rose.
Yeah.
And here she is. This is back in the early 2000s on a trip to France, getting to smell new roses, which, I mean, what a life.
Right.
And so she said, what is the most beautiful rose that there ever, or the most beautiful person is called a knockout.
Right.
So it has this double name though, because not only is it beautiful in that way, like such a knockout, but it packs a punch, which has, you know, reasons we named these for those collections. But knockouts did something that had never been done before, and they gave people a rose that is beautiful, that blooms for 6 months continuously, is disease resistant and easy care.
And that's the thing. When we're talking very low maintenance, we're not exaggerating. Take me through that low maintenance.
Yes.
Why, you know, what kind of things would normally be high maintenance and this is low?
So first of all, the first thing is disease. Before this rose came to market, roses had lots of disease problems, the main being black spot. And so these roses were bred specifically to resist black spot. In fact, it took 25 years to develop a rose. The breeder, Will Radler, worked really hard to develop a rose that was resistant to black spot. And so that is what this knockout is. Besides that, pruning is another issue that people didn't really know how to prune, when to prune. Knockouts never need to be pruned.
So I never need to prune these. And these are bushes more. So what does that mean versus a regular rose plant?
So many other roses used to grow kind of one single stem, and you'd have this specimen garden. And while that was beautiful, it took a lot of work and really a master gardener to know how to keep that successful. These are really, you should consider them a flowering shrub. So they will always grow in a very dense shape. So this is never going to be one long stem sticking up. It grows to be about 3 to 4 feet wide and tall, and the whole thing will be covered with roses, always in a nice shape. Now, if you want to prune it though, if you want to cut it back, you can hack away at these things. I am telling you, there's no wrong way to cut it. Some years, I cut them back to almost to the ground, about a foot off the ground. So really, I'm telling you, you can do this.
And then it would grow even bigger the next year.
It grows bigger and better. And this is what you will get in your first year.
Let's go over and we'll show you what is shipped to you. Then we'll show you pictures because I just want you to understand how simple this is. Actually, we're going to the pictures right now. That's the pink and the orange, I believe.
Yes, that is the Passion Punch. So you're seeing the double pink and the orange glow, which is brand new. It's the newest to the Knockout collection. And I would like to add that orange is very salmony. So the pink and the orange are just such a fabulous combination.
It really is. Double.
That double pink. That's what you see. I mean, the number of petals. And that picture, someone posted, Gail, thank you for posting all those pictures on my Facebook page today, because you might think these are beauty shots. This is only what a professional gardener can do. Go to Katie Garden Girl and look at Gail's pictures. That is her garden. And not to say that Gail's not a professional gardener, but she's really good, but she's an amateur.
Yeah.
So her roses look just like that picture.
That's so awesome.
Yes.
And they will last decades.
Original knockouts from 25 years ago are still in
blooming.
people's yards, including my mom's.
Here is the growing guide that comes with it. When you open it up, it will tell you all about how to plant it, how to maintain it, what to do come winter, all of that. And then they even have a phone number on the back of this. I keep these in a shoebox so that I never am without it. And actually, you know, you can pass, if you sell your home, you can pass these over and make a little diagram as to what you planted where.
I love that.
But this is actually, explain this. This is what you're going to get. 3 of these.
So Bareroot, I am so excited. I know, like what? Who's excited about that? This means that you will get roses, this plant, in 60 days. And the reason is because this is a 2 to 3 year old plant that is growing. Right now it's dormant in the fields. When it is time to ship it out to you, we give it a little bit of a haircut, dig it up, and it is really, it's gonna be searching for the right home. So as soon as you plant it, whether that's in your landscape, as a hedgerow, or in a pot in a little sunny spot on your patio, it's going to get established so much quicker than if you had bought it in soil. So that's why we do this, because it's easier for you, the reward is quicker, and it's easier on the plant too.
It is. When you get to the end of this season, it'll be like 3 years old, and it's like full grown. Okay, tell me what to do.
So what I want you to just know is that when you bury this, don't be afraid to bury some of the stems here. Like you can bury all from where my finger is down.
Okay.
What I don't want you to do is plant it here from my finger up, because you just don't want any of those roots sticking up above the soil. And you're going to want to dig a hole about twice as wide as the root ball, because you want to give those roots room to stretch and grow in their new home.
Now, if I'm going to put them in containers, what size container would you recommend?
So this is a 20-inch, and you can do 20 or 16. I wouldn't go any smaller than 16. 20 can live there forever. 16 will give you a good 5 years.
Yeah, and then you'd have to replant it into a larger one. But, okay, so now tell everybody why you tamp that down.
So I was pushing the soil down around the roots, because when you are planting Bareroot, there's a lot of room for air in there, and you want to fill in all of those little pockets of soil. The other thing that will help when you do that is watering it in at that time. So give it a good, healthy drink. Soak it in until the water runs out through, if you have a container, through the bottom of the drainage hole.
Yeah. Think about that. That's how much water you want. Now, one other thought I want to show you, and you see it on the screen. We offer the fertilizer that's for roses, and that item number is M133419, and that's what this will come in.
So this is our, like Mary Beth said, fertilizer for roses from the brand MPK Plus. Still the Cottage Farms brand you know and love, same formula. Just look for MPK Plus. And it is the easiest little way.
Watch
one
this.
pod per 1 gallon. This is just an old watering jug. You don't need any special watering cans. Put it in there, and it'll take a couple minutes to dissolve, but you can already watch it's doing its magic.
Wow.
Shake, shake, shake.
And tell everybody, when would you fertilize and how often?
So fertilize only when you see new growth starting to pop out. Now remember, Bareroot, you'll get roses in 60 days. So that new growth will start to happen a week or 2. It'll happen quickly, and then you can start to fertilize, because the fertilizer gives it the beautiful flowers, right?
It's the food.
It's the food, the healthy food. And I would feed every 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, we're going to actually, speaking of flowers, don't forget the Passion Punch is 2 pinks and the orange glow. The Big Bang is 2 reds and a yellow. You get all 3 rose bushes, 3 to 4 feet each direction. We want to go to the Philadelphia Flower Show because it's one of the largest in the country, one of the most prestigious in the country. I think you've been a judge there several times.
Yes, I was a judge this year.
But Chelsea Phillips-Reed is joining us. Hi, Chelsea.
Hey, Chelsea.
Hi, Mary Beth. Hi, Katie. Okay, everything is coming up roses at the Philadelphia Flower Show. Mary Beth, This is the largest indoor flower show in the world, and I'm so
wow.
excited that we get to have so much fun together. Do you know the theme this year is Gardens of Tomorrow? So we're really bringing you so much innovation about what we think the future of flowers and gardens will be, and I'm so excited because I'm going to introduce you to my friend. This is Teresa, who's visiting the show today with your best friends Harry and Adele, and you have been friends for over 50 years.
Over 55
Over
years.
55 years.
We're just babies, though.
Just babies. And Teresa, you love knockout roses.
I do love knockout roses.
What do you love about them?
Because you see their beautiful color all summer long. We have some down at the shore in Ocean City.
Yes.
And I was listening to some of the interview, and I was listening particularly about the part about pruning, because what I do, I just take the electric clippers, like a hedge clipper.
Okay.
And I think we planted 3 or 4 together, and they grew into a beautiful hedge.
Oh, that's
and
so
they provide
good.
color in the front, and that's where all of our
Oh my
photos are
gosh.
taken. So we just love them.
Isn't that
They're
great?
easy to grow. You cannot kill them.
Teresa, you said you might have a question though for Katie, our expert.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay, I might get a little crazy.
You're in the right place.
A
It's
little
the flower
crazy
show.
with my hedge clippers.
Okay.
What is the best time of year to actually trim?
Okay, Katie, when is the best time to
Teresa,
trim?
does Teresa live around here?
Yeah, she said
In
they're
Mount
down
Laurel.
in
Oh
Ocean
yeah,
City.
Ocean City. So I'm pruning my knockouts if you want
We're fortunate to have a beach house.
right at the end of winter. So right now, when you go home this weekend is the time to prune them.
Oh, good. Great that you asked that
Oh,
question
okay,
right
wow.
now.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. Hey,
Okay, well now you have weekend plans.
And my forsythias too.
Wait, can we all
Teresa.
go to your beach house? This sounds like a plan.
We're coming.
The forsythias are in Mount Laurel. I do love to garden.
Oh my
that's
gosh, well we're going to bring you
wonderful.
so much more fun throughout the entire day.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Katie and Mary Beth. We'll see you soon.
Thank
All
you.
right. Bye, Chelsea. Bye, Teresa. How cute is that? Let's go back over here.
She knew her stuff
Oh,
too.
she
I love how
does.
she suggested planting 3
Yeah.
or 4, and you've been talking about getting multiples.
Right. Like if you get one of
Yes.
each set, you would have 2 red, 2 pink, an orange, and a yellow. I mean, you could mix it however you want, but really today is the day. This price goes up at the end of the day. The other thing is that when you come back, if you say, 3 days from now, oh, I should have gotten those roses. Hey, you're not going to get this price. And these are normally $110 for 3.
Yeah, and it's
They're
the
like-
lowest price we've ever at Cottage Farms ever offered for one single rose.
Yeah, and by the way, they haven't had a today's special value for 2 years. So that's why we want you to take advantage of it. Now understand, it's not going to ship out right away.
Yeah.
Okay, unless you live in a hot part of the country. I want to go back to what you're doing is you're placing your reservation is basically what it amounts to. Now, what parts of the country can these grow in, and then how does that reservation work?
So Teresa said something great that I love. She's like, it's impossible to kill. The moniker is the indestructible plant. So they work for zones 5 through 9, which is basically -30 through over 100 degrees. So
Wow.
many of you in the country can take them, and they take the heat. They were also bred in Wisconsin, so they take the cold. They're really
Wow.
the most versatile rose on the market.
Yes.
And what we are doing now is we are just reserving your orders.
Yeah.
And as soon as the last chance of frost has passed in your area, we know that it's time. It's okay to ship the plants to you. They won't get damaged in transit. And you know it's okay for you to put them in the ground.
Yeah, or in a container.
Or in a
either way.
container,
And
yes.
actually, if you stick with us for 5 more minutes, we'll show you how they come. I want to go back to why are these considered the easiest?
So these have been bred for a number of reasons. One, the easy refers to color.
Okay.
So you're not having to deadhead, which means cut off the flowers at the right time of year to get more flowers. They just do that on their own. 2 is disease. A lot of times these professional rose master gardeners were spraying so many chemicals in their yards to make sure that there was no black spot. And yet guess what? They still got black spot.
Yeah.
It was just later. So these have been bred to be disease resistant. So you are not having to worry. There's no worry here. Do not have a fear of failure. Knockouts have been proven to succeed in countless gardens.
Yes, award winners.
Award winners
Over
the
and over
very
again.
first
Look at
year
those
they came
reds.
out, they got the best award in rose gardening. And this is really a rose, but it really, I think of it as a flowering shrub.
Yeah.
Something that you put in your landscape that is going to be more of that hedge. It's going to take up a good amount of space. So if you have a spot in your yard that's just mulch, you know, you need a plant there. Maybe you